so glad you made it. Welcome to Mexico.
I can't believe we're here.
All right, let's go. We got to get on the bus. We got a little bit of a bus ride. And so glad you guys made it.
I think the hardest thing about being in Mexico is not to put your toilet paper in the toilet. The brakes, she went out the way down to me. She crashed into me so hard. She just hit your face. You hit the brakes. What were you doing?
We were trying to get out. We were trying to get brakes on, and I went this way, and she went right into it.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Day in the Life. Today we're here up on top of the mountain. My mom and her two sisters came all the way down here from Michigan to see us, and they just have been following us on social media, and they were like, we got to go down there to Mexico and see Christopher. Well, Mom, this is your first trip to come visit us in this new place. Everywhere we've ever come, you visited us. And you know, funny enough, lots of my family, lots of their family were nervous about them making the trip and coming down. And they said, no, we're going anyway. We want to go see what this is like. Today's vlog, we're going to hear their first impressions of what the trip was like and what they think about being here in southern Mexico with us.
The travel of getting here and the roads, and I didn't realize that there was such a different community that I've never experienced before, and how what a journey it is to get out to this part of the world, and something I've never seen before. And just the welcoming of the people. We walked through the towns. The people were so kind and waving, and just very warm people, just like you and I. Just very nice, friendly people, all living their life. My first impression was how remote this location is. I've watched your videos and followed your blogs on social media, and you feel like you know a lot about where you're going, and you've seen it, and you look at maps and you read up about the town, but when you actually get here, it's a great experience, and it does make you realize what you all go through to get here and to do what you do here. The plane ride, the different towns we went through, just being in a country where no one speaks your language. You have to have you to interpret for us. And then to actually finally get to the house, which I've seen on so many videos and FaceTimes with the girls, putting it all together is just wonderful. There's no substitute for being here.
But it's amazing how people still do this today. Sacrifices, and where they have to offer something to have the Lord heal your prayers. It's not like we pray to Jesus. It's like they have to have a sacrifice in order to have their prayers heard. And my nephew is here, and as a missionary, to help the people understand that there's such a better way to live, that they don't have to experience this. Hey, Chris. What about siesta time up here?
You know, before I moved to Mexico, I thought siestas are real too, but it turns out they're just an urban legend.
Oh, well, we were looking forward to a little siesta on top of this beautiful mountain.
I suppose we could take one anyway.
Okay.
All right. Tell us a little bit about your trip here and just how you were sharing earlier about how you guys prayed before you left, and there were some things that happened along the way that just encouraged you. Share a little bit with us about that.
Well, we started out at the house with Tree, praying for us in the kitchen. And he just prayed that...
Tree is her husband.
Tree is my husband. So if anybody has ever been to Mexico, you know what the lines to go through immigration are like. Long. Very long. And there had to be 200 people in front of us, at least.
Oh my gosh. They redid the immigration process where you don't fill out a form anymore. You just go through a little scanner. You scan your passport, they take a picture, and you're on your way. Well, we were going to have to wait probably 2 hours in line, and
one of the officials came over to we were standing in the queue and said, "Are you girls all together?" And I said, "Yeah." And she opened the queue and said, "Come this way."
Can you close this?
And she just directed us over to the Mexican side of immigration, and we went right through. They just scanned us right through, and we saved hours.
Hours.
And then we got our luggage, and then we had to wait for the luggage customs. We had to push a button and get red or green. I remember doing that before.
Yeah.
But we were in this long line, and a man came up to our section and said, "Everybody follow me." At least I think he said that, because everybody started following him, and so we started following him, and he took us right out the doors into the lobby where we saw you.
And you
We
were
didn't-
standing there.
with our luggage. We didn't have to go through anything.
And
It was like we were just in favor
Yeah,
every place we
every
went
step
and
we
everything
went.
we did.
everything was
Yeah.
perfect. And then Christopher was standing there, and then we're standing there, and all of a sudden these two cute little girls,
With birthday balloons.
birthday balloons, came up and surprised
Oh my gosh.
Grandma
did they?
with her
Oh.
birthday.
And you know,
So, yeah.
the biggest part of that is what those girls had to go through to come to meet us at the airport.
Yes.
Like these long car rides where they throw up because they get car sick,
Yes.
and then coming to the city and then waiting for us to get in, and then the long car ride back. I mean, we traveled 33 hours to get here,
Right.
but they were probably 2 days just traveling to meet us. And I mean, you talk about putting yourself out for your guests. My goodness, that says a lot.
So if anybody ever decides to come, you will appreciate Christopher the drive to come and pick us up.
And all the logistics, the
Yeah.
timing of everything.
Yes, it is like
making sure you get on this bus and meet
Yeah.
this plane and then get on the next bus to come
Right.
back. And it's amazing.
It's
what
not-
goes into a trip.
yeah.
And looking forward today to going to visit Sarah's friend so we can go and pray with her.
Yes.
Just came back from visiting a family here that it just broke my heart to see the way these people live and how hard they work and the tiredness on their faces. And it just really opened my eyes to this culture and how people actually live. And if they came to know Jesus, there could be such a better life for them, and more doors would be open for them. But they don't know that. And it's hard to communicate. It's hard to talk to these people. I couldn't speak to them, of course, but Sarah had to talk to them for us. And it just really opened my eyes up to the work that they're doing here for these people with dirt floors and cooking inside over campfires. But the people are warm and they're welcoming, and they invite you into their home and they want to feed you, and there's just such a warm community here. And to see that, it just really made me see another way of life here in this community.
But the overall thing was that she was just the most beautiful, precious woman that you ever want to meet. And her son was very, very courteous, and she kept wanting to feed us. So every time, and her son didn't want to go get it, but she gave us bananas, which were absolutely delicious. So it was just a wonderful experience to be able to be in somebody's home. Had a pot of beans, corn cooking, where she was going to make her own, take her corn down and grind it, and make her tortillas. Is that what I'm saying? Tortillas.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a really cool experience to be able to see how people live, how they make their own food, and I was really blessed to be there to meet the people like that.
There's a big difference in the people here from house to house, I think. Some houses have tile floors and bathrooms, and other houses seem to be dirt floors. And Florentine was 35 years old, and she was so kind. She sent her son to the store to get bananas because she couldn't stand that she didn't have something to give us to eat. And we graciously accepted her banana. and thanked her. And we talked about God a little bit, and we prayed before we left. And when we were praying with her, she started to cry. And we asked her if she had any siblings, because we 3 sisters were there with her, you know, all of us visiting as a group. And she said she had one sister who lived in New York City. And we asked if she will be back, and she said no, that she didn't think she would ever see her again. And it just seemed very sad that she would never see her sister again. And we just told her how much we appreciated her being Sarah's friend and helping us to understand their culture here, and for welcoming us into her home. It was a great experience.
We thought that banana was good. We get organic bananas, but that banana was delicious.
Hey, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was so good.
The ripeness of it.
I know.
The flavor
Did
of
you
it.
see how easy it peeled?
Oh gosh, it peeled. Yeah.
It was
peeled
so
very
good.
easy.
Oh, yeah.
We're teaching Sarah English.
Oh, okay. Sarah.
You got the big
Oh,
hand.
she got the good one.
It's 9 o'clock at night and everybody's getting down on tacos. And these ladies, they keep saying, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Okay, one more.
One more.
One more.
We just got.
Are they good, Toots?
I'll tell you what. If my boys back home, those Josh and Elijah and Zach would love this.
What do you put on it? What do you put on it?
I've got I put on a little taco. I got first homemade. A little squeeze the lime on it like this. Squeeze the lime.
Yeah.
Rub it in. Then you rub it in this thing, and then you put in taco. Then you put onions on it. Little cilantro, lots of cilantro.
Fresh.
Fresh cilantro.
What else you gonna put on
And I'm
there?
gonna put a little pineapple on this one.
Oh yeah, I gotta put some
Gotta
pineapple,
put the pineapple
on the
on
pastor.
it. And I know you boys don't like onions, but I'm gonna tell you what. You gotta have the slice of the onion on it.
You gonna put any sauce on there?
I'm gonna put a dab of green.
A dab of green. We got green.
Dab, no, just a little.
Little dab.
Just a little dab will do ya. Little dab.
All right.
That's it.
Looking
Wow,
good.
Looking good.
Yeah. A traditional Mexican meal. We're having waffles with maple syrup,
Kerrygold salted butter.
imported from Costco. So what's the plan today, ladies?
Shopping.
Shopping.
We'll see the town.
Baptism.
Experience people being born again.
Amen. Well, Tootsie and Weedy and Mutsy and I just came back from a walk, and this is what we found. What are you guys making?
Oh, hi. We're making empanadas.
Cool.
Slowly. We're in training. Empanada makers in training.
How they doing, my love?
They're doing excellent. Look at these things.
Oh,
They're
those look
They
good.
might be done by midnight. Yeah.
This is a little process.
Well, I had to come down here and borrow your stove because my torch is clogged up. So I'm trying to heat it up, get it cleaned out so I can fix the water. Another day in the life, I suppose. What are our impressions? My impressions of you guys coming to Mexico. I think you guys were really, I was impressed, right? Because I know that this was really a lot of difficult things for you guys to take in, the poverty, seeing your grandkids, you know, live in like a little town in the middle of nowhere. I imagine that was kind of difficult, but I was really impressed with you guys. And I could tell maybe you had some kind of powwow beforehand. I don't know. But you guys were always so positive. You didn't say anything negative, especially around the kids. Like no matter what circumstance came across, whether it was stray dogs trying to attack you as you're walking, or you know, having to put your toilet paper in the trash can or dig it out of the toilet with your hands. Because you keep throwing it in my...
No, one time.
One time, the one and only. Tootsie went outside and got a stick. Cracked up with
Whatever it was, you guys were so positive. Like, and I think that meant a lot to the kids, especially. You guys just like built them up, and you talked about how nice the house was and how great everything was, and I think
It
that went
was.
so far.
And I couldn't stop talking about what an education this is and how they're experiencing different parts of their culture, and they're not just stuck in the United States. They're seeing, it really opened my eyes up to see how other people live in their culture.
Yeah.
And that is a great experience for these kids to experience at such a young age and to know the language. And
town, and they love showing us the town. You know, they're proud of where
they didn't
live,
love
right?
it being our interpreter, but
Oh, the
is
kids
this candy good? Is this candy hot? What's inside this candy?
Okay, that was my least favorite part, is going shopping with you guys. We're trying to pay for anything. It was such a rigmarole. Wheaty's all like, take these pesos. I don't understand this. Just take them. I don't want them anymore.
If Betty was busy, we'd get Gloria. Gloria's busy, we'd get Ruby.
So we just went to a restaurant and had breakfast, right? And I go up to pay the bill. Wheaty's like, you're paying my credit card. And I'm like, okay, why don't you? No, I'm not doing that again, she says. So I'm paying for the credit card. I pay the bill. As soon as the guy runs the credit card, Mom comes up, puts coffee on the counter, and it's like, I want this too. Where's your wallet? Oh, my wallet's in the truck. And then Tootsie comes up and puts a bracelet. So now the guy's like,
bag of bracelets.
so now a whole bag of bracelets she thinks she's getting for $4. No, they're $4 a piece. So the guy's like behind there trying to work the cash register, trying to figure out. And every time he gets it figured out, they put something else on the counter.
I'm telling you, here's your credit card.
And no, I'm not going back to return anything. You got what you got.
We're out for a great dessert.
Yeah.
But first, we're warming ourselves by this nice toasty fire.
And I told Chris I want to be a missionary.
We like the missionary life.
Like the life.
Did you guys have a fun trip?
Oh
Awesome
my gosh,
trip. It was wonderful.
Where do we
Very
start?
nice time.
Yeah.
Very nice time. We are thankful for Chris and Sarah. They showed us a wonderful time. But we still want to be missionaries. Their work in the community, I can't even tell you about their work.
Really a hard life.
Yeah, stop it.
I mean, this is rough.
What in the world did you ladies order?
Oh my goodness.
Sweetie ordered it, not me.
Well, no, I ordered that. Margaret had to have chocolate, so this is the best trip ever I've ever been on. All the trips we've been on, this is the best. We're still alive. Nobody got us.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Sound.
We evaded all the cartels.
Never been scared one time.
I didn't even need my knife.
Yeah, smooth sailing, except just a little Dramamine and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This ain't going in no vlog.
No, that ain't.
Weedy, did you have some trouble this morning?
I did because I went to the bathroom and I plugged up the toilet. I think the hardest thing about being in Mexico is not to put your toilet paper in the toilet. I get up and I go, hey Toots, I think I plugged up the toilet, and she started cracking up. She goes, what'd you do? She goes, well, that went down when I flushed, Dad. You know, nothing wrong.
I don't want nothing to do with that.
So then I went and got the trash can. So now I have to confess I've done it twice of pulling out toilet paper out of a toilet.
But you can put the toilet paper in at this place.
But I thought I could too, because then it plugged up. So then
Oh.
I didn't think I could.
So you pulled it out after it plugged up.
I really don't want to say yes to that.
Can't believe it's time to go home.
I know.
That was a fast week.
It was.
It
You
was
know,
fast,
when
yeah.
we first got here, we didn't know what to expect. But I'll tell you what, after seeing the selfless way these missionaries have to give themselves their whole lives to come down and minister to these people, it's like amazing.
It really is an eye-opener to see what the ministry is like down here, to see, just to encourage people to send prayers and support this group. They work so hard.
It was a real eye opener for all of us. Actually, we didn't have any idea what to expect.
I just have to say, I just love the way the people respond to Chris and Sarah and how they love these people and how the people love them back.
All right, bye, Chris.
Bye, Chris and family. And Kuntani.
Buenas noches. Buenas noches. All the Spanish we learned.